Hello, 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 hello. This is Leela Veronica, and I am excited to go live today. This is my first time going live both on LinkedIn and YouTube at the same time. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. Let's make it amazing. So, I would love to hear from you what your word is for 2026, or what your phrase is, if you have one, and if you don't, that you don't have one. My word for 2026 is simplify. My intention is to let go of anything that feels complicated, too complex, and just really simplify. So feel free to share. I love supporting you. Today, I want to talk about what I'm going to talk about this year. I've been sitting over the last few weeks and thinking about what can I share with you that would be highly valuable, make a difference in your life, and also be exciting for me. What would I love to share? And I want to talk a little bit about my background today and then what I'm going to talk about over the next several weeks, several months, and throughout the year. So, if you don't know me, like I said, my name is Leela Veronica, and I have a coaching and consulting business, and I'm an international speaker and an author and a lover of humanity. And my intention is to help you feel good, help you own your worth, and help you connect with people in the world who will help you do that. So I'm all about systems and structures to be able to do that, and I'll tell you how I got there. So I would love to say that I was, always wanted to be in business. Maybe I got my MBA or something, but that's not the case. However, I was selling Cheetos on the playground. I was selling blow pops in middle school, got in trouble for that. Not too much trouble, just told not to do it. Washing cars, babysitting, doing friends' nails, anything sort of a hustle game. I got into waitressing and bartending to pay my way through college. When eBay came out, I would go to the thrift stores and buy clothes, sell them on eBay. I've done all sorts of side hustles. I've been part of different network marketing companies, and throughout that, so that was one layer of my hustleness. And many of you who are in business or thinking about being a bit in business may have been a hustle kind of, kid, or may not. I grew up without extra resources. And so if I wanted something, I was going to have to figure it out. So I figured it out. I got what I wanted. I never really feel like I couldn't have what I wanted because I would figure out a way to make money and make it happen. So that is, sort of the underlying essence of who I am. Uh, I also have always been a mover and a talker. In middle school, I was separated from my friends in my class, and I learned sign language and taught it to my friends so that we could talk across the room. So I've always been a talker and a mover, even throughout my career, which I'll talk to you about a second, the 25 years of education that I have. I'm sharing that with you last because I actually think it's the least important thing. Um, so I was always a mover and a talker. I did, t-ball and baseball, and I was a cheerleader, and I danced for some semi-pro basketball teams in my 20s, and I was a fitness instructor, and I, go to Zumba and all of these fun things. I love to lift weights. I love to do fitness classes, and I loved choreography and all of that kind of stuff. So I've always had some sort of side hustle, kind of side gig, some sort of movement body thing in my life along the way. Underneath was, that was all underneath my career. So I have 25 years of education. I have, K through 12. I have 4 years in my bachelor's. 2 years in my master's, and then 6 years PhD candidate, all but dissertation. So 12 years of higher ed. I've taught at higher ed at the Ohio State University. I have degrees in environmental science, environmental policy, and then my doctoral work was around public participation, collaborative decision making, stakeholder involvement when it comes to environmental decision making, in particular, contaminated properties. So I have a lot of background and training and practice in thinking. So I'm sharing all this with you just to kind of give you an understanding of like who I am, what I'm up to, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what I'm going to share on this platform this year, because I've come to a place in my life, I've matured, of course, as we all do, and I feel the sense of I know a lot. But what is really valuable? What is like the essence of what I can share with you that is honestly more legacy for me? If I die tomorrow, there are things that I'd want you to know, right? And I'm going to record them. And I've been recording them for years on different platforms. And here I am now on this one. So all of these years of education, all of this movement stuff that I've done, body stuff, all of this, hustle kind of game, learning how to make money, out of nothing sometimes. I, in 2013, got to a point where I was like, I'm smart enough. I work hard enough. Why can't I figure life out? I was going through a very painful divorce. I was about 35 pounds overweight. I had high blood pressure. I was very unhappy. I was not living the life that I wanted to. And like many women going through challenging times at certain points in their life, I got into yoga. Loved movement, right? So I, along the way, practiced yoga as a high achiever, started doing yoga teacher trainings, did my second yoga teacher training. Through that second yoga teacher training, I actually went to New York, Long Island, and I learned about a system called the Bowspring now. And what it was a way to take your mind to the inside space of your body and to your fascia, your connective tissue. So these are things that I'm going to be talking to you about all year. So that's what I want to share with you today. I won't talk so much about myself, I promise, in future videos, but I want to have a foundation so that when somebody says, well, why are you doing this? Or who are you to be teaching this? I can tell you how I got here. So I'm a former, academic. That's why I love systems and structures. I understand the body. But when I went to Long Island and learned about fascia and the connective tissue and the inner space and the curvatures of the body, everything changed for me. I physically felt love for myself for the first time in my life, and I chased it. I left Long Island. I went back to Ohio where I was living. A couple months later, I flew to Denver, Colorado. Second day there, I decided to move there. Went back to Ohio, left my career, sold almost everything. About 2 months later, took my Subaru, my 2 dogs, and a little bit of stuff, and moved to Colorado. So I left, 25 years of education, 15 years of a career. I used to do consulting, environmental consulting for engineering firms. I've worked on some epic projects. I've done a lot of really cool stuff in the environmental field. And I've done a lot of cool stuff making money. I've done a lot of cool stuff, with the body. But what I learned by experience in 2000, that was actually 2014. I felt that it changed my life. Some might say I had a heart chakra opening or spiritual awakening. Something changed. I didn't know what it was, but all I could hear was, it just makes sense. And so I've been on a journey since 2013, and especially to the early 2014, to systematize and structure what I have learned. I moved to Colorado. I did another teacher training in something called Sri Daiva, which is now the Bowspring I mentioned a moment ago. And what I have done since, I taught at the studio there for a couple years. I trained, I learned, I studied with my teachers. And then, like many times in my life, I stepped away from being too engaged so that I could create something that was a little more in alignment with what I wanted to bring forward in the world. And that is Riverstone Movement. And so Riverstone Movement is a conglomeration of a body training, a practice, a way of life, a way you sit, stand, walk, move through space. And I've created these super short, less than 15-minute practices to make the system accessible. There's no fancy words. It's just your body parts, your foot, your hand, your eyes, your leg, your foot, your ankle, your butt, all the things. Like I just use regular words. So there's nothing new, fancy to learn. Very easy to remember. And you take it throughout your life. So even though it's a movement practice, or some might even think it's a fitness or exercise thing, it's really a reprogramming of your body and mind at the same time, because they're one, and in these really short increments. So you can do it in 13 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes. And it's an entirely new paradigm in how to live. So along the way, I also met a woman named Elle Ingalls. I got into coaching, as many yogis do. I got into, business and learning about business and applying business to my yoga kind of stuff. And then I got into coaching because I met a bunch of yogis and learned about coaching, got into coaching, did my own coaching processes, massive transformations for myself, got out of victim mentality, healed childhood wounds, forgave, parents, all that stuff. And then started coaching others, started doing well, started teaching others how to grow businesses, coaching people. And then here we are. Like I said, I met Elle Ingalls, and she had created a method called the pressure-free method. It teaches you how to not trigger stress hormones in your body. There's a 10-second window between the time your heart rate goes up and your body releases adrenaline, and then the later cortisol and all the stuff people talk about. And so when I met Elle, she was like this earth angel. And when she met me, I had the posture that she had wanted for 40 years. And what's fascinating is that the posture, the presence, the movement that I teach and I've systematized, structured, bring into you as Riverstone Movement, this is I'm helping you create a body that doesn't have stress in it. So I'll give you one example in a moment. And there's a whole bunch of things, but one thing is, for example, we've been taught 6-pack abs, like tuck it in. Well, what if relaxing the belly will keep you from triggering stress hormones? Well, hello, Miss Wilkinson. Happy New Year, she says, Leela 2026. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yes. Happy New Year, darling. It's so good to connect with you. I love having international friends. I love the internet. I love social media because I get to connect with beautiful souls like you. And, you've been actually connected to me throughout almost my entire business journey. And it's been fun. I got kicked off of Instagram and Facebook. I got suspended. I didn't really do anything. Nothing happened. Nothing. No good stories. So I've been like really hesitant. Like, how do I do this LinkedIn thing and playing around? And I thought, you know what? I am just going to go on and talk to y'all like I have done in the past on my other platforms. And so here we are. Hope you like it. And I promise I'll bring more value. I won't be talking about myself so much the rest of the year, but this is, oh, she said the book is finally out. Girl, I got my book out this year too, just like I think like October. Yeah, October launch. Became an Amazon bestseller thanks to Achieve Systems. So congratulations. It took me this long too. That it took me a long time. So for me, a long time. But I will say now that the first book is done, the following books will be much easier. Wishing you an amazing, powerful 2026. Yes, honey, and I will check out your book too. I promise I'll check it out. It looks like it's Success Engineering, Young Executives, Resilient Power, something like that about resiliency, it looks like. So we will check it out. And thank you for the share. I love supporting friends who've written books. Is a big, big feat. So speaking of this, so I want to go back to this like stress thing that I was talking about. So the body of what I want to do is help you this year create a body that is not impacted by stress hormones. So it comes through a variety of different methods. One of them is movement, and I'll talk about that in a second. But one little tip I'll give you today is relax that belly button, like I mentioned a second ago, away from your spine. If it's difficult, a lot of people struggle to relax the belly in the beginning because you've been used to holding it in. Maybe you do exercises or abs or Pilates or any of that stuff. But what I want to share is think about when you get scared, the belly tucks, the belly sucks in. So what if when you're trying to hold it in, you're actually triggering a fear response in the body? The brain doesn't know you're tucking your belly in because you're trying to look skinny, or you're tucking the belly in because you're scared. It doesn't know. So relax the belly. And if it's hard to relax the belly, which oftentimes it is in the beginning, relax the mouth, because the mouth and the belly are connected, of course. You can do a little ha, like, and the belly will relax. And same thing, if it's difficult, it's okay. I see you. It took me about 6 months to let my belly go because I was so used to holding it in, and I ran on adrenaline for like 35 years of my life. I was like adrenalized, like just that's what I ran on, and then had all these health issues because of it. Just keep going, girl. She said you were doing great work. Thank you, honey. I just was like so much in my head, and I know what I teach is just get in the body. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to share the things that I know if you implement, they will work and you'll get results. So relax the belly, keep the arms open, keep the front of the body soft, keep the face soft if you can. All of that stuff will keep you from releasing stress hormones in the moment when you have a trigger. I'll teach you more about it later on future videos, but I just wanted to give you an idea that a lot of us have all this education and we still don't know about the thing that we live in, our body, right? And I'm on a mission the rest of my life for the next, probably, how old am I? Probably at least another 50 years or something. I got, yeah. So I want to learn this thing that I'm residing in, and I want you to as well. Now, here's the reason I think it's valuable for you. In your career, when you don't trigger stress hormones, your cognition goes up. So you can actually think, make correct choices, and access a bigger vision as well. You can connect with people better. So nobody likes to work with somebody who's all stressed out. People love to work with people who are peaceful, easeful, clear-minded, all that. So your relationships will be better. The way that you communicate will be better. The ideas, the words. The only reason I am here in this moment because I let go of thinking and just got in my body and asked, what is it important? It was like, just introduce yourself. Just tell them what you're up to, what you're going to do. And here's who I am, and here's what we're going to do this year together. Vanessa said, always amazing stuff from you, girl. Love you. Yes, love you, Chica. I'm super excited. So the body, the stress piece impacts whether you have strength in your business, your career, and your relationships. Now, we also knew the health piece. So I'm going to go on I'm going to stand on a soapbox for a minute. There's an epidemic of chronic illnesses, especially in women. There's a reason. It's because of the stress response, which I'll do in another video, talk about it, but there's a reason why. So if I can help you get out of stress, feel good in your body, have great relationships, but also not have a chronic illness or get out of it. And hormones, a lot of women I work with are perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopausal. And when you get out of stress hormones, you don't have so many issues, if any at all. And so I know that high performing, high achieving, bomb.com women need help if they're going to create a legacy and a mission that's beyond what maybe they even thought about yet. If you have a big mission and a big legacy and a big goal and something big you want to create, you got to have the body to go along with it. And I can teach you all sorts of business strategy. That's true. It's fun. I like it. We can talk numbers. I like that too. But the highest value I can bring you right now is say, okay, let's take care of this body thing. I'm going to teach you some things that are real different, real new this year, very innovative. I got my studio set up. I got a whole new space set up for you this year. So I'm going to share with you. Look, I got my mat. I got everything. I'm going to show you some movements. I'm going to show you posture. I'm going to show you presence. I'm going to show you some power in your body. I'm going to show you things that you probably, I guarantee, you've never heard before. One of them might have been today, relax that belly to prevent the stress response, adrenaline from fight or flight. What if soft belly is all you needed to get out of fight or flight? What if soft belly is all you need to reach your goals? What if a soft belly is all you need to find that love of your life? Whatever it is you're wanting this year. Success comes from within. And 25 years of education, multiple degrees, lots of accolades, lots of claps from audiences never taught me any of this. So I'm going to teach you, because I promise you, if you apply what I teach you, and if you do it especially for an entire year, you will not be the same human, you will not have the same life, and you will have a better future. I guarantee, I promise you. I'm not being egotistical. This is what I've seen in my own experience in my life, my clients' life, and my colleagues who have shared it as well. So Vanessa said, you get this, girl. Yes, just like our body responds to what the mind is thinking, the mental, emotional space you are in gets affected by the way you move your body. Yeah. So I love my mentor, Desi Springer, my body teacher, the one who really created this system that I have curated and refined over to make it more accessible. She says, long bellies have more fun. And so that's what we're going to do this year, is create a long belly. So if you are with me this year, if you're like, Leela, I'm going to follow you on these videos, or I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to join the Feel Good Movement membership, where it's a super affordable membership for women, that you learn all this and practice 3 days a week. Whatever you want to do, if you're in with it, with me, privately, with me, anything, take photos, please, today. Take some photos. Take some photos of your face. I promise you it'll change. I'm actually going to change my face this year, because I've noticed that my face, it's a little uneven. There's this, there's some unevenness. And I'm going to get it even, because that's evenness in the body is evenness in the mind, is evenness in the life. Take some photos today of your face. Take some photos of your body. 4 photos, just front, back, and left and right side. If you want a complimentary posture assessment, this is what I do with you. I'll take the photos, I'll show you some things going on, and then I'll give you some tips to move forward to create some more balance. So I just told you I'm going to create some more balance in my face this year, because I can see, can you see this side, this left side is less developed than my right side. My right side is like my masculine side, my work side, my go-getter, I got this, side. And so it's like a much more developed side. So I'm actually going to, I'm doing some facial study this year. I'll tell you later, a couple months from now, what's going on. But this is the kind of stuff I want to bring for you. But you won't notice your differences if you're learning from me this year. You won't notice your differences unless you take photos. So I hope you're with me. I hope you want to take care of your body. I'm going to teach you how to move it. I'm going to teach you how to stand, sit, walk, move through space. And then I'm also going to teach you how to not trigger stress hormones. Lots of storytelling. I'll tell you about some clients. And then if you want any help from me privately, if you want to join the women's community, feel free. And then also, if you need any, help in your business, reach out. I have a whole women's community you can join. I am a high ticket coach, but I do have a very affordable offering next year, a group offering, something never before offered, this great of a deal. So if you need support, I just want to tell you, I have resources for you. I'm here for you. I have people for you. I'm going to create lots of videos for you this year. So take some photos of your body, keep watching. And the biggest thing that I want you to know is that you deserve to feel good. All right. I'll see you soon.